Hey everybody, this reading is for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. Cross watchers are welcome. So if you know a Scorpio, this could be talking about you and them. Put the energy, how it falls into your life. You know better than I do. Okay. Spirit. Show me Scorpio, the Scorpio collectives. Relevant past and present. Relevant past and present. You know what's funny? Scorpio is said to be a very secretive sign. You know, very hidden. And usually the cards be flying out, but it took all that for this one card, 10 of Cups. It's like they don't even want me talking about it. Off that 10 of Cups, I'm seeing like okay, so 10 of Pentacles came out and the 3 of Wands came out crossing. So I'm seeing like what I'm seeing here is either you or somebody that you had a very familial bond with. This could be family, this could be a lover, this could be a very close friend that was like family, and for some reason or another y'all fell out, and now you are kind of like thinking about the things that you did, the actions. And it's like I'm getting like okay, so I'm seeing someone that is looking at themselves like, what's going on with me that I did that? Like, why did I do that? I'm hearing it wasn't even that deep. So there could have been like some overreaction. This Page of Swords in the reverse just came out, but the way it came out is like, if you watched the readings that I've posted, you'll see like cars be flying, and for this reading it's like things is coming out real soft. It's real difficult to get it out, so you're not even vocalizing this, like this thought process, this feeling. You could be acting like you don't, not to say you don't care, but like it's not affecting you, like, oh, life moves on. But your heart, I'm getting more of like your heart than your mind. So your mind could be focused on, you could have a lot going on in your life in front of you, whether that be good or bad, and your mind is like on these things. However, in your heart, you're like thinking about the past. You're reminiscing on the past. And it could be because of things that's going on now. is kind of making you realize what you've lost. Like, some people, you don't know a good thing until you lose it, kind of thing, or until it's gone. And this Page of Swords, actually this Page of Swords, I want to say, is giving me very much gossip. So you could have listened to like gossip, you could have listened to gossip, like fed into it, made it, allowed it to make you second guess somebody who never did anything to like warrant you second guessing them. Like they just didn't deserve the skepticism and the I'ma get you before you get me kind of attitude. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Chariot. But they came out crossing. And I'm going to put them back that way. They came out all on top of each other crossing, with the Chariot in the front. And it's funny because, okay, so anytime that I have cards come out together but they're stacked on top of each other, like to where you can't see the cards behind, for me that tells me like this is what's being seen, or this is what is being put out there, but these are the energies behind the scenes. And so you had the Chariot upright, that's interesting. So it came out crossing, but when I showed it the way it was like the Chariot was upright, the Four of Cups was reversed, and the Nine of Pentacles was reversed. But now that I have it crossing, it's like if I was to, the way I read crossing energy, those will all be flipped. So what I'm getting from that is like what's being put out there is the exact opposite of what's going on inside. My nose is starting to itch, and I don't have allergies, so okay. I'm hearing you hit it on the nose. So this Chariot is like, yeah, you moving on. The energy that's being put out there is not what's going on within you. I'm not even gonna say the channel that just came to me, because this is going on YouTube, and babe, like, I'm not trying to get censored from like straight out the gate. But if you know what it means when your nipple itches, so this could be one of the things that you're reminiscing about with someone, like partaking in certain activities with someone, missing that. This Nine of Pentacles is giving me like reminiscing on, so the person that you're reminiscing on, they were the type of person that you could really build with and could nurture. Like, I'm getting like a nurturing energy, like, and not just nurturing you specifically. It could be that, but nurturing ideas, nurturing things that you could tangibly like build. Like they could bring ideas that you had into your hands. And it's like, even though you seem like you moving forward or moving on, or you just rolling with the punches, I'm hearing, you feel stuck. Because it's like, never trust anybody that says that they did everything on their own. I got to where I'm at all by myself. Nobody never helped me. Don't trust people like that, because one thing about an accomplishment is, from the biggest accomplishment to the smallest accomplishment, it takes teamwork. And it may not be people, shooting with you in the gym, but it might just be somebody that's giving you that motivation. I'm seeing like Eric Thomas on stage, give you that motivation when you feeling down, or giving you good advice. Or it could be somebody that it could be, trying not to curse, it could be when you get sick, somebody nurse you back to health. This might be a healer. I'm getting very, very much healer vibes, Empress vibes, or Queen of Pentacles. I'm getting very much like nurturing, motherly, like matriarch. I'm getting matriarch energy. Like, this was somebody that, and it boils back down to what I said in the beginning, this was somebody that was family. Like, it's like you mourning somebody that ain't even passed on. And that is difficult. Oh well, Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, like mentally feeling stuck. Like, okay, what else is with Scorpio? And it's funny enough, guess what came out? That Ace of Swords in the reverse. Oh wow, and then it fell into my lap and went into the upright. So what that says to me is like, you have ideas, but this person that you're reminiscing on, they was a big part of helping you execute. Or if they may not necessarily been a big part of helping you execute, but they made execution more realistic. They made it easier to grasp. Like, it's like I'm seeing like you walking with somebody in a dark tunnel and they holding a torch. So it's like, you may know where to go, but if you in a dark place, it's hard to see the way out, even if you know the path for real. And this person was like a light in the dark for you. But because you was in the dark, there was certain things that you did, or certain defense mechanisms that you had, that pushed this person away. And you're like thinking about it, and like kind of, I'm hearing searching the depths of your soul. So what I have in my hand here, you have the Ace of Swords, the Magician, the Devil, all in the upright, and then you have the Two of Wands in the reverse. Look at that, like, Scorpio, why your cards keep hiding, like, keep hiding this energy? And what was that, the Devil and the Magician that was trying to hide? It's like, yeah, like everything that you are showing to the outside world, or like, I don't want to say facade. For some of you, it could be a facade. I don't know. But the part of you that you are allowing to be seen is not the part of you that is driving your decisions. Because this Two of Wands is like, I'm hearing if you knew better, you do better. So it's like, after dealing with this person, they showed you not just a side of other people that's out there, but a side of yourself that will block you from having access to the better things in life. And maybe you already seen this, but it just never dawned on you that you could really mess up something that you wanted to keep. Like, it's almost like you never really came across anybody that you cared to lose. Like, it's like, if I lost them, miss one bus, next one coming 15. And it's like, you was at a bus stop and a Rolls Royce pulled up, and for whatever reason you missed that, and now you sitting at the bus stop like, when is it ain't gonna be no next Rolls Royce pulling up to this. Yeah, it's like, it's sinking in now because you feel like you lost someone. I'm hearing something, but I'm really feeling like someone. So for some of you, this connection could have started off as a matter of convenience, and it brought something into your life that was beneficial to you, but along the way through the process of the connection, you realized that the most beneficial thing in that connection was the person. It's like, I could get this from somebody else. The things, the tangible things, I could get that somewhere else. I could buy that. I could get it from somebody else. But the person is like, you don't come across those every day. And this High Priestess is on the bottom of the deck. And it's like, you're seeing yourself clearly for the first time, and you don't necessarily like what you see. But at the same time, I'm getting like, being the opposite of how you've been thus far, it could be scary. You could perceive it as dangerous because there's so many people out there that are out for self and are a certain type of way that it's risky to like put yourself out there like that. Okay. What else do you have for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising? Sun, Moon, Rising, and North Node. What else do you have? My nose is itching so bad. What does that mean? Five of Wands. But the thing about the Five of Wands is like the Five of Wands is in the reverse. I'm not getting like this is a fight outside of yourself. Like I'm getting like it's not even about a fight inside of yourself. It's more so like seeing things that you just not with. Like if this is gonna make me lose out on things that will satisfy not just my survival needs but my, you know, enlightenment, my elevation, my, you know, my evolution, I don't want to be that no more. And it's almost like you want to stop fighting with yourself. I'm hearing like so I just get like a lot of inner turmoil. Clarify this Five of Wands for me. Clarify the Five of Wands for me. Perfect card. Perfect card. Wow. Nine of Swords and Knight of Swords in reverse. I mean, Nine of Wands and Knight of Swords in reverse. So, yeah, like the Nine of Swords is like when you've come to, like you've gone through the battle, you get to the end of the battlefield and you just like, you bruised up, you done, you feel me, you done cut yourself up on the rocks, but you alive. you made it, you know. And one thing about the Nine of Wands is like after you've been through battle, you come out with a certain amount of wisdom and experience. And the Knight of Swords in the reverse is telling me like from this wisdom and experience, I keep getting a like wafting scent from my essential oils. There's like a bunch of essential oils over there, but I'm only smelling one. And it smells like a perfume, kinda. You could be getting signs from passed on loved ones, or maybe seeing them in a dream. I don't know why that just came to me. However, this Knight of Swords what it's saying to me is that after going through these battles with yourself, with others, you know, conducting yourself a certain way and seeing where it's gotten you, and then dealing with this person that, you know, you lost because of how you conducted yourself, you've gotten to through all of that, and you've come to the conclusion, like, I don't want to live my life so recklessly no more. I don't want to live in the moment. Like, I want structure. I want a plan. And that may be part of the reason why that person is on your heart and or mind a lot nowadays, because they provided that to you and you didn't realize the value in it because you were so accustomed to living life in the moment and living recklessly. Seven of Wands at the bottom. Yeah, like you want to get grounded now. It's like you now see the value in that person had an air of groundedness to them. You see the value in that now, and before it may have been looked at as weakness or as naivety, and now you truly see how wise they already was. Like, you are now gaining the wisdom that allows you to see they already had that, and they was trying to give you that the easy way, but because you were so stuck in your ways, you didn't want to get it the easy way. Like, it's almost like if somebody just walked up to you and gave you $100,000, you're gonna be like, nah, that's not real. Nah, it's a scam. They might be trying to kidnap me, trying to set me up. You know, that kind of thing. Like, anything that came without strife and struggle and bumping your head 1,000 times felt almost too good to be true. And now you seeing it wasn't. You just was in your own way. Okay, so what advice can... That's so funny, because whole time I'm asking for Scorpio energy, that giving me a hard time. Don't want to come out. Soon as I asked for the advice, that I couldn't even get the whole sentence out. It came out. Okay? It came out. Spirit said, yeah, you need this help. No, but in all seriousness, we got the Ace of Wands in the reverse, Three of Cups in the middle, and Five of Swords in the reverse. Every time cards done fell, they done switch places. Okay. And it's like everything means something. Everything means something. Energy doesn't lie. And so it's like, what this is saying to me is that in the moment that you was doing these things that pushed away good people, because for the, you know, majority of the reading I got a person, but now this Three of Cups is giving me more than one person. So maybe it was this person that opened your eyes to the other good people that was presented to you and you did not appreciate them. You pushed them away. In the moment you felt like you was getting over, you felt like you may have been finessing in some type of way, and realizing that you only played yourself. And the Ace of Wands is saying, like, I'm hearing apology tour. So I'm seeing that you may not be forgiven. And now let's make this very clear. Even if somebody forgives you, that does not mean you get access to them once again. Okay? So the advice here is like, you gotta make amends and go back and apologize to people sincerely, not with the intention of justifying I did this because no, really giving a real apology, like, I'm sorry for doing this. You know, you could explain at the time I felt like A, B, and C. However, after reflecting, I see I affected you in this way, in this way. Be very specific. And don't do... You may owe some of these people some money. You may owe them something. Like you were supposed to come through on something. Do it without looking for something in return. You don't even gotta do the apology, because I'm getting like, it's like on this Ace of Wands, this blue here, like, it's really coming through as a tear, and it's like that one lone tear when you real hurt, like that kind of hurt, that pain that it make you go silent. And it's like you may be deeply hurt behind these things, but you gotta eat that. You know, you did what you did, and this is Five of Wands. This Five of Wands is like, it's giving me like accepting the fact that in this situation, now that everything's played out, even when you make those amends, because you doing it because it's the right thing to do, but in the end nobody wins, because you've done what you've done outwardly, and because of what you've done, you've lost in the grand scheme of things. You know, not everybody is replaceable. Now, I know in this time and age, we get caught up in that, but honestly, not everybody is replaceable. You know, there are some very unique people, and you know, once they're gone, they leave that kind of imprint where you'll find yourself looking for them in everybody else you meet. And you might find yourself in positions where somebody turn you off because it's too, like, they done set your, this other person done set your standard here, and now it's like in the past I could have dealt with you and this would have been cool, but now, like, I wouldn't have even noticed certain things you did in the past because my standards was down here. But now after dealing with them, like, nah, you gotta go. And now I'm hearing you have to be that person. And not be them, like, try to be them for real, but the morals, the standards that you admired about them, that makes you reminisce and miss them and wish that they were a part of your life now. You know, everything happens for a reason. Those are things that you need to adopt in order to gain those good things in your life and keep them and maintain them, because it's not like you've never had good things or good people, but maintaining it becomes the thing because of your actions. And I'm also getting, like, for some of you, it's not even so much of, like, moving recklessly, but not taking things serious enough the first time. Or not taking it serious enough soon enough. Like, you see what you got, you know it's something that you want, whether that be a person or a thing, and you kind of, oh, I'm gonna just go with the flow, see how things go, and kind of don't treat it with the importance that deep down you know it should be treated with. You know, that's what I'm getting. So for some of you, you could be moving too reckless in a sense of being, like, explosive, but some of you could be too reckless as in not not nurturing the things that you want, like just allowing it to, if it grow, it grow, if it don't kind of attitude when you know it's something that you want to grow. Or in the moment you don't really think about, is this something that I want to grow? It's like you just living in the moment, and then once it's gone, it's like, damn, I really would have liked to have them around for the long run. So the advice is to adopt the nine of swords in the reverse came out. Adopt the things that you want. Adopt the attributes that you have seen that you liked when it was directed at you or when it affected you in a positive way, and now emulate that out. And I'm getting, doing so may actually remove things from your life, but don't be fooled by that, because it's removing the things that don't align with that higher vibrating version of you. You know, so keep that in mind, that is a part of the process. You know, separation comes with elevation. It is what it is, you know. The trees and the grass are not on the same level, even though they started from the same place, you know. So that is a word. Now let's get your guidance oracle. Scorpio, come on. You is so, like, your energy, you holding on to it for dear life. Like, you will not perish if you open up. Here, and take a chance on the things that... Take a chance on the things that you want. Like, big risk come big reward. Okay. My Lord. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Clock it. Okay. You're the artist of your life, and your life is a canvas. Take responsibility for your ability to create. Earth is known as a planet of manifestation. Your present moment is based on your past thoughts and beliefs. Your current thoughts determine your future. What kind of life do you want to create for the future? What are you being called to create? Reconnect with your manifesting power and align your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the vibration that matches them. What did I just say? Thank you, Spirit. Always coming through with the... Okay. I just love when the oracle message like really ties in what I was talking about. It's never too late to start, and no experience is required. All you need is an open heart and mind and consistent daily action. If you're not sure what you'd like to create, start instead with a feeling of deep gratitude for all that's good in your life right now. State out loud what you're most thankful for. Look for the good in your life, and one thing will be certain. You'll find yourself attracting more and more good experiences into your world. This card is inviting you to see your entire life as a canvas, and the pictures is completely up to you. Color it with your thoughts and feelings. Create the life that you most long to live. You may also be called to be more creative in your everyday life. What have you been called to create? How can you express yourself more creatively? Star Seed Soul Inquiry. What are you being called to create in your life? Question to ask yourself. And as I always do, add my 2 cents after the oracle. That really spoke to me with this 9 of Swords that came out in the reverse. It's like, what's happened has happened. You can't cry over spilt milk. You know, it's time to take in what's happened. Absolutely, like, not to say carry it with you, but take the lessons from what you've been through and allow that to be a guide, and also be your protection moving forward. You know, and it may not always be protection from the outside world. Sometimes it may be protection from yourself. You know, so sometimes we've all been our biggest enemy at one point in time. And so, you know, not just always looking for like, what's the next bad thing a person is going to do to me, or try to scheme or whatever. You know, like, sometimes when our thought process is like that, like heavily, we're really projecting the kind of person that we are inside or behind closed doors. And so that's something to look at, you know, and make peace with, and move forward on a positive note, and, you know, put out the positivity that you want to see in your life. And with that, I am bidding you good luck and well wishes on your journey forward. Till next time.